The president has been likened to a whistling teapot. Mr. Trump is said to have lashed out at those around him. Getty Donald Trump, angry with officials he appointed and frustrated with his failure to progress his legislative agenda, is said to have turned into a pressure cooker who frequently explodes at those around him. Reports suggest that in recent days, Mr. Trump, fed up with criticism of his handling of the crisis in Puerto Rico and furious over comments from a senior Republican who claimed he was setting the U.S. on the path to World War III, the president has been lashing out at those around him and burning political bridges. Meanwhile, his relationship with Chief of Staff John Kelly, the former general appointed to try and bring order to the chaos of the White House, may have become irreparable, according to one report. Senator Bob Corker begged me to endorse him for re-election in Tennessee. I said no and he dropped out. Said he could not win without Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump. October 8, 2017. I'm not all surprised by this. Christina Greer, associate professor of political science at Fordham University in New York, told The Independent. He has never had to work together with people before. He has always been the king. She added, he does not seem to understand that the president is a public servant and those people working for you are meant to help make you better. The Washington Post said Mr. Trump's fuse had been lit by several factors. He was perturbed when it was reported last that Secretary of State Rex Tillerson had called him a moron. America's top diplomat held a press conference to deny reports that he had considered quitting, but Mr. Trump was sufficiently thin-skinned to suggest the pair of them take IQ tests and compare the results. Trump tells interviewer, I think I'm much more humble than you would understand. Over the weekend, Mr. Trump hit out on Twitter at Republican Senator Bob Corker, who had said the White House had devolved into an adult daycare center. Mr. Trump said of Mr. Corker, who has announced he will not seek re-election to his Tennessee seat, Senator Bob Corker begged me to endorse him for re-election in Tennessee. I said no and he dropped out. The Post said the president had in recent days been displaying flashes of fury. It said one confidant of Mr. Trump had likened the president to a whistling teapot, adding that when he did not blow off steam, he can turn into a pressure cooker and explode. I think we are in pressure cooker territory, the person added. It has fallen to Mr. Kelly to try and deal with this fallout and smooth things over. Yet the atmosphere inside the White House may have already taken its toll on the former military officer, who joined the administration in January as head of the Department of Homeland Security. John Kelly, during the president's Q&A at Trump Tower, pic.twitter.com Vixer323, Kristen Donnelly at Christine Donnelly. August 15, 2017. Last month it was reported that Mr. Trump delivered an ear-bashing to Mr. Kelly that the former officer said was unprecedented in his 35 years of military service. Well, Mr. Trump, along with his daughter, Ivanka, and son-in-law, Jared Kushner, were said to be working through Mr. Kelly's lines of authority. The president has become frustrated at the latest attempt to rein him in. Mr. Kelly has on several occasions been photographed looking exasperated at various events, most memorably at a press conference inside Trump Tower when the president clashed with reporters over the violence during a neo-Nazi-led rally in Charlottesville. Now Vanity Fair has said the relationship between Mr. Trump and Mr. Kelly may have become irreparable. One person close to Mr. Kelly said he doesn't love this job. He's doing it as a duty for the country. More about John Kelly. Donald Trump pressure cooker. Reuse content. We use cookies to enhance your visit to our site and to bring you advertisements that might interest you. Read our privacy and cookie policies to find out more.